Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today is May 8th, 2019, and in this video I want to talk about the numerology and gematria of the name of the royal baby, which was just revealed earlier today. And as I discuss on this channel, this language of gematria, used to craft our mainstream media, also being used by the dark occult, the elite, whatever you want to call them, people in power who have this ancient knowledge. And we're also going to be discussing how this name is a tribute, or actually the shooting that happened yesterday at a STEM school in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, was a tribute to the name of this royal baby. Hopefully we got the sound working this time around, as it appears we do. Sorry about that for those who joined the first stream. So let's dive right in. First, let's look at the alarming gematria alignments between the name of the royal baby, which is Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, and the name of the school in which we had the shooting at yesterday. This school does have its own Wikipedia page. It's called STEM School Highlands Ranch. Notice how the name of the baby sums to 393 in the alphabetic order. Now, this is a very significant number, one that I did not bring up in yesterday's video because it didn't have any other alignments, but now I understand what it's really for. The gematria of STEM School Highlands Ranch, in the reverse alphabetic order, where Z is 1 and A is 26, also has this value of 393. This is a very significant number, and we'll touch on that in a second. Also notice the reduction value. STEM School Highlands Ranch equals 111. If we do not include the middle name, Harrison, and we just use the common name, Archie Mountbatten Windsor, here we get a value in the same cipher also of 111. And this is something we see commonly. You know, one news story numerically aligned with another major news story. But let's look back at the number 393. Again, this is a very significant number. This happens to be the Jewish gematria of Ania Deca Ateris, which is the Greek word for the Metonic cycle. Now, in my video yesterday, where I discussed the STEM school, I talked about how this was a ritual related to the moon. Yesterday's date, May 7th, 2019, here in the United States and some other parts of the world, we write this date 5/7. And if you look at the date numerology of this date, 5 plus 7 plus 20 plus 19, you get a sum of 51. In the language of gematria, the word moon, which ranges 57 degrees in the sky on its declination, the word moon sums to 57 in the alphabetic order, and in the reverse order, it sums to 51, the two main numbers associated with yesterday's date. This date was also a span of 57 days before the next total solar eclipse. And eclipses are very significant. We'll talk about those in a little bit as well. As far as the 51, of course, moon equals 51, just like STEM, which equals 51 and 57. And on this date, we had a mass shooting, which equals 51 in reduction. This took place at a STEM school, which equals 51 in reverse. This school was located in Douglas County, which equals 51 in reduction. And there was something very unique about this shooting. We had the arrest of 2 shooters. The vast majority of these, only 1 shooter. But notice how 2 shooters in the reduction methods sum to 51 and 57. These reduction methods using the rules of numerology to reduce each double-digit number to a single digit. This is also called Pythagorean gematria. So we had already identified this as a ritual related to the moon. And now that the name of the baby is out, having this 393 gematria, which is the Jewish value of Ania Deca Ateris. Anea Deca directly translates to 19 years. This metonic cycle, the most significant cycle associated with the moon, is 19 years long. And check this out. The shooter in yesterday's shooting, the only one whose name has been revealed, is Devon Erickson. In Gematria, Devon Erickson sums to 154, 64, 197, and 71. These are the same four numbers that appear in the Gematria of 19 years. All four ciphers the same value. This metonic cycle is very significant because 19 years syncs up almost exactly with 235 synodic months, or lunar phases. This means we have 235 full moons every 19 years. Once again, looking at the full Gematria of the royal baby, in our Jewish or Latin cipher, the one seen on the right side of your screen, this method, structured more closely to ancient Hebrew Gematria and Greek isopsephy, this name sums to 2,305. And of course, in numerology, this 0 can be ignored, so this represents the number 235. So we have the alignment to Anea Deca Iteris right here in ordinal, and the number of lunar phases in Jewish Gematria. Just for the record, 393, when we write this out, this sums to 1331 in that same Jewish cipher, and 1331 is a very significant number. In fact, I'm going to link this post explaining why 1331 is significant right below in the description of this video. There's only two other numbers that sum to 1331 in this cipher. That would be 133 and 331, the two numbers that actually make up 1331. And I believe this has to do with the total solar eclipse that occurred in the year 1331. It's the only one I've ever seen whose path of totality never goes over a major body of water. 1331 eclipse sums to 1331 in this cipher. The date on which this eclipse occurred was November 30th, which is the only date that, when spelled out, sums to 1331 in this method. A couple other things I want to mention. Next, we're going to look at the English extended cipher. This method, using the current 26-letter alphabet, numbered 1 through 800. If we look at the name of the royal baby in this method, notice how it sums to 2,445. This 445 sequence is also significant related to the moon. In Hebrew Gematria, the phrase total lunar eclipse equals 445. And if you look at the time of birth that they gave us for the royal baby, this was reported by the New York Times as well as many other outlets. Meghan Markle gave birth at 5:26 a.m. And this stuck out to me immediately because the date of the next total lunar eclipse is May 26th, the date written 5/26. And to top this off, if you measure from the date of birth of the royal baby to the next total solar eclipse, you get a span of exactly 2 years and 3 weeks. Using the standard alphabetic order, A is 1, Z is 26, perhaps the most basic cipher that exists, the phrase total lunar eclipse equals 203. One last thing worth mentioning. In Jewish Gematria, the word eclipse equals 192. The royal baby does have this value in her full name, or his full name, 192. Then again, they did say they would raise the baby without a gender, so his, her, I guess what's the difference, right? Also notice the 159 in reduction. This makes it especially interesting that the Dark Occult celebrating the occasion by orchestrated a mass shooting, which sums to 159 in ordinal. All right, so thanks to everybody who jumped in and contributed here in the live chat. Hope I explained this astronomical riddle or astrological riddle to you guys well enough. Sorry about that first video in which there was no sound. That happens from time to time, especially when I don't have an intro planned. So check out the links in the description to look at my post and discover a little bit more about this geometric universe that we live in, and, you know, how those who govern over us attribute this code in our daily media. All right, everyone, I gotta run. Thanks for jumping in. Peace, love, and God bless. See ya!